Hey friends, exciting news. I hit 6K this morning. It is unbelievable that I have 6,000 of you guys, my YouTube friends. I am still in such disbelief. I was so happy when I woke up and saw it, and I got 6,000 of you friends. I am so glad that we are growing a community together. It's wild. It's so exciting. But with the fact that there is 6,000 of us now, I wanted to do a little reintroduce video for those who are new here. Hey, I have not made a video of getting to know me since I was like at 2,000 friends. So hello everyone, those who do not know me, my name is Cedarandcrosshomestead with Cedarandcrosshomestead. If you have a question on why I named Cedarandcrosshomestead, if you go back into my posts, you will see a long explanation. You might have to scroll a little bit down, but you'll see a long explanation on why I chose this name. It has a lot to do with my faith and my journey, and if you want a longer explanation, go down there, because I've seen quite a few people ask why I chose that name and why it means so much to me. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a reintroducing, and then I'm also going to answer some questions that I have gotten on my last 8 to 9 videos. I do terrible. I'm so sorry guys. I do so terrible responding to comments. I try, but life is just so busy. So I just took the time to go through, write down some questions so I could talk to you guys to answer these questions. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Cedarandcrosshomestead. I am 27 years old and I am originally from Florida, and I moved to Arkansas, the natural state. I love it here. I moved here without, let me backtrack. I made the decision to move here without ever seeing this state before. I came down for the first time in Arkansas to come see my dad for Christmas, and I already knew that I was gonna come live up here, but with the views and just how beautiful it was, it already felt like home, so I knew it was going to be the right decision for me. I am in the process of building my own home. I'm so excited. My plan is to build a barn dominial on 5 acres, and my dad lives on another 5 acres, so we're technically a family compound. One day my kids will have little houses somewhere around on the properties as well. I have 3 beautiful children, and here is a secret for those, because I know y'all don't know this, but I'm very private about my life. That's another thing. I'm very private about my relationships, friendships, my family, all of that, but I am gonna let y'all know something, because I do talk about him sometimes in my videos and then I have to cut it out. But I have 3 kids, but I technically have 4. I know. I have a 19-year-old as well. He is not biologically mine, obviously, but he is my brother who I took in and raised as my own. He is 19 now. He is thriving down there in Florida. I love him so much. He's such a good boy. But I have a 19-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, I have a 6-year-old, and I have a newly 1-year-old. Well, all of my kids just newly turned their ages because their birthdays are back to back. But my 10-year-old's name is Adeline, my 6-year-old's name is Brindley, and my 1-year-old's name is Lawson, and my 19-year-old's name is Gage. Gage is technically my brother. I took him in when he was younger, and he has grown up to be an amazing young man. But I was doing nursing for a very long time. I came up here and I still dabbled in nursing, daycare teachers and stuff like that. I do YouTube a lot. That is another string of income for me. I've had a lot of questions if I'm monetized. Yes, I am monetized. All of your views, comments, suggestions, hypes, all of you help me go closer and closer to my goal. What I make on YouTube financially helps out a lot for me to put money away in a savings to build my future home in my dream homestead. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you. I want to be an elementary school educator one day, and I still have a long ways to go, but you know, one step is better than no steps. That's what I like to think. I'm a very positive person. I am a devoted devoted Christian, you will see a lot on my page about faith, and I am not quiet about it. I will never be quiet about my religion. Sorry for those who don't like it, but I believe Jesus for everybody, and I'm going to spread the word and spread the gospel. That's just how it is. I moved up here. A lot of people have questions. I accidentally spilled, because I didn't want to re-record something. So a lot of y'all have figured that I have been married before because of one of my old videos. I talked about Brindley's dad, Mark, that he was my ex-husband in a video. Yes, it's true. I slipped up. That is my ex-husband. He did move up here from Florida with him and his wife and their son, and they live in Arkansas as well to build their future home. They just bought 14 acres. They are living life, doing great. So my 6-year-old's dad is up here with me. And yeah, I don't really know. If you want to know more about me, just go in my previous videos. You'll find out a lot. I'm up here with my dad. It's me, Brindley, Lawson, and my dad. So I am going to get into all of the questions that I have been seeing, and if you have any more questions, put them down in the comments, because I think that I am going to start making it where once a week I go through all of my videos and I jot down your questions. Some of these questions y'all are gonna say, well, she's already explained that. It's okay. It's okay. Some people don't watch all the videos, so if they have questions, I don't mind answering them. It's okay. And okay, because I know some people are gonna get bent out of shape about that, but it's okay. It's okay to have questions. There's never a stupid question. Okay, so let's get into it. My first question is about throwing food in the pens. Right now, we have so much going on that creating a food source for them to have food just laid down in like containers, totes, that's just too much to figure out for so many animals right now. So whenever the new structures, habitats get built onto the new property, I don't know what my dad's gonna do about his animals, but I can tell you, speaking for myself and my animals, they are gonna have where their food is not just laying on the floor. I've had so many comments about that. I understand where y'all are coming from. I've done tons of research, and with the research that I have done, I see where y'all are coming from, and my animals will have a spot to eat. It will happen, I promise. A lot of people are saying that my broccoli is not growing right because of the greenhouse. So it's not, it is a greenhouse, don't get me wrong, but the greenhouse is open. It's not a closed greenhouse. It is a little bit hotter in there than it is on the outside, but it has multiple panels that are missing. Not missing, but where like a door would need to be. So it's not fully enclosed like you guys might think that it is. So I know it's just, my broccoli should be growing. That shouldn't be an issue. I don't know what is going on with that. Next up is a tire update. I now have all season, all terrain tires on my car. So my tires are good. Got brand new tires. No, what are they called? Used tires. They're good to go. Solar panels on the campers. I've seen quite a few comments about what I'm planning on doing for solar, all of that. I am taking the solar that is currently in the cabin and it is going to my new house in the Ozarks. I call it the Ozarks because my house is not part of my dad's Come On 360, so I say the Ozarks. So I'm taking the solar that is currently in the cabin and it's going into my house. The solar is not going to be on top of my roof. I did see somebody say that they don't think it's a good idea for my solar to be on top of the roof because of fire hazards. I do not believe that mine is going to be on top of the roof, but my dad has had these solar panels for so long and he has put them on the roof, on the floor, everywhere, and they have held up amazing. So I don't think that would really be an issue, and I feel like the roof would be the safest spot, but I am scared about fires as well, so I understand the concern. I've seen a few comments about an HQ update. Yes, HQ was sold. I know that a lot of you probably haven't watched the videos on that, but HQ is officially sold. We have until the end of this month, the end of May, to be 100% off of this property. I am currently 100% moved off. There is no camper here. There's none of my stuff here. I have water totes. That's it. That's the only thing I have here. That's getting moved off literally in the next hour and a half because I'm supposed to be cleaning the outside of the water totes, but I'm sitting here talking to you guys instead, but I'm gonna get it done. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it done. I'm not cost efficient, I'm time efficient. So HQ has been sold to a lovely lady. Don't know if I'm allowed to say her name, but she's gonna love it out here. She has so much space. It's cleared. It's a beautiful piece of land. Slow down. I feel like she's gonna love it. She even got some blackberries back there. Okay. I get a lot of comments about my music. Me and my dad use the same music software, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not on the same music software as him. I'm using a different software that I have found, and I can make my own music. I make my own music. Granted, it's not me singing. It's not me generating, and actually I'm not in the studio coming up with beats, guys. It's all AI, but I put in kind of what I want the songs to be about, and I pick random lyrics, throw in a little words, and I make some music. So all the music that you see, 90% of the time, it's music that I have made. Unless I'm in a time crunch, then I just use downloaded music off another software. So that's what the music is. I don't have links to it because it's not real songs, guys. I'm sorry to tell it to you. It's not real songs. What does 360 mean? I've seen this in a lot of my comments, so those who do know, it's okay that they're asking, okay? Let's be nice to everybody in the comments. 360 is because it is a panoramic, I believe, a panoramic view. It's a panoramic view of my dad's mountain. So he calls his new place Come On 360 because it's literally, his house sits in the middle and all around is mountain views. It's gorgeous. And that's why he calls it Come On 360. I think it's a great name. And whoever originally came up with that, because it was from the comment that he saw, we don't know who came up with it first, but you have a good taste for naming things, just know. I get tons, and I'm trying to rapid fire these because I do got things to do. I get tons of comments about my name, okay? I understand that it is extremely confusing because you have people like Mike that call me Destiny, my dad calls me Destiny, my Nana calls me Destiny. It's very, very confusing. So I'm gonna give you kind of a little insight in my life. Again, I choose what I want to share, so I'm gonna choose to share this with you guys, but please don't go into so many questions about it because I'm not going to answer those. Not to be rude, but I like to keep my personal life and my social media life separate as much as I can. Destiny was my biological name when I was born. When I was a little teener bop, I developed I had a teacher who described me as kind of like Thumbelina. If you know who Thumbelina is, that's where I got Destilena from. So she was my English teacher, and she called me Destilena because she said I acted like a little princess and all this. Destilena stuck with me. So my name is Destilena. And a lot of people get confused. My dad refuses to call me Destilena. My Nana refuses to call me Destilena. But my legal government name is Destilena. My grandparents and my dad chooses to still call me Destiny. When I was 15 or 16, I think I was 16 when it officially got changed. When I was 16, I got emancipated, I had a baby, and I changed my name. I did all 3 of those things. So I chose the name Destilena. A lot of people have also asked where the name Raylan comes from because they have heard Meet the Ridgels call me Raylan. Raylan is actually my middle name. I do not go by Raylan. I go by Lena or Destilena, and my dad calls me Destiny. But I go by Raylan for people who knew me in that time frame of my life who call me that, because it was just much easier than telling everyone my name was Destilena. I went by Raylan for a very short period of time. That's where Mark has the name Raylan, and y'all will see that because me and Mark at that time decided to go by our middle names because Mark is Mark's middle name, not his first name. So that's where Raylan comes from, that's where Destilena comes from, and that's where Destiny comes from. It's very confusing. I don't care what y'all call me. Y'all can call me bestie. Y'all can call me your best friend. You can call me your YouTube granddaughter. I don't care what y'all call me. It's okay. Next on the list, So I have seen a few comments about starting a GoFundMe. GoFundMe's there is flies because my windows are down, okay. GoFundMe takes a huge percentage of the money that is donated on their site. I will not make a GoFundMe, but I have spoken to my dad and I'm actually gonna make a PayPal where those who want to donate money instead of sending gifts, I've seen tons of comments about this, if I have like a Cash App, PayPal, or something for y'all to send money to go towards the homestead, the animals, the build, anything that needs to be done. And I felt so weird about money, you know. I was like, I don't know if I would want to put a PayPal out and like people, because I felt like that looks like I'm asking, and I'm definitely not asking. But for those who have emailed me, messaged me on Facebook, and I'm gonna get into that Facebook messaging in a minute, and just commenting, I will make a link for a PayPal. So if you would love to donate to the homestead, to the process of building, you are more than able to. And I genuinely appreciate it because every cent, every penny counts towards this project. I have seen tons of comments about different YouTube channels that I should try out. One of the main ones is Acres Homestead. I actually love her. I love her. I will watch those hour-long videos. I feel like she's raw and she does not cut out a lot of her I'm sure she does. It takes a lot to edit, but I feel like she's like one of us just talking, you know. I love her. Also Can't Contain Us. I've been watching them for a very long time, and I commented on one of their videos. Turns out they were on the same cruise that my dad was on, and he's like, you remember those container people you were just telling me about? They're here. And I thought that was insane. A lot of questions are being asked about what happened to Wavy. Now, this hits a sore spot in my heart because I was one day away from being able to go register Wavy as my dog. And those people who were not taking care of her and claimed that she was a stray, and that they said she was a stray, that she went between 3 houses, that if she got hit, it didn't matter. She got hit with a car, it'd be a sad, sad day. They were not taking care of her. So she was on the side of the road again. I ended up taking her, and I called the law, I called the vet, and I called the animal control pound people to see what I needed to do legally so I didn't get in trouble for thieving people's dogs. They told me everything I needed to do, which I did literally every single thing. I was one day away from being able to go get her microchipped, and they ended up coming and taking the dog, and there's nothing I could do about it at that time. And if I saw Wavy again on the side of the road, the police did say I could take her and I could go get her microchipped at that point, because they're just that's animal neglect. So it's a very sticky situation because I'm not trying to go to jail for thieving dogs, guys. So Wavy is back with them. I have seen her a couple times, and they have been watching her as I'm like driving. They don't know what kind of car I drive, but they have been keeping her either locked up or they've been outside with her, besides the one time my dad saw her. And I've seen her once, but she was out at someone else's house chilling. So that's what's going on with Wavy. There's only so much that I can do. If she happens to be wandering around again, I will be snatching her up, because that's not safe. That's animal neglect. So please don't have your dogs running around. Please keep an eye on them. Please put collars on them. This dog didn't even have a collar. Please put a collar on with your contact information. We don't want nothing happening to these animals. So another question is, who is Zark? Is that another dog I theft? That's what one of the comments are. She's a thieving dog lady. Zark is a dog that was at Come On 360 that just wandered up to my dad when he was eating chicken. I'm sure he was somebody's dog, and I'm sure that he had either got lost or he got dumped there. One of the two. He had ticks. I mean, hundreds of ticks covering him. He was skinny, all bones, could barely walk very well. He found us. He adopted us. We gave him flea and tick meds. We got him taken care of. We have vet appointments set up for him. He's a very good dog. He follows me and my dad everywhere. That is him. His name is Zark. I picked out the name because we live in the Ozarks. I know, not original, but it's okay, because I like the name Zark, and he's actually already learned that that is his name. So that's where Zark came from. He's a min pin, a min pin. I think that's how we say it. My dad's like, look at this Rottweiler. That is not a Rottweiler, guys. Okay, what is my next question? Where is my Tahoe? I love that question because I see it, and one of them's the same person over and over. Where is your Tahoe? My Tahoe's engine blew like a week after having it. So the guy, he was very, very nice. He understood what was going on. It was my transmission. Something happened. It wasn't my fault. It just wouldn't shift. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to. So he was able to get me put into this car. My payments are a little higher than I wanted it to be, but it's okay because this car is amazing. It's got a tow hitch, which I just pulled my first trailer. It has a tow hitch. It has heated seats. It has third row seating. It has four-wheel drive, which is perfect because I feel like God wanted that to happen, to give me a four-wheel drive vehicle to get to my dad's new place. So I absolutely love this baby. It's a 2014 Nissan Pathfinder. Love it. It's amazing. But that's what happened to my Tahoe. No more Tahoe. Only had it for a week. And honestly, with these gas prices, kind of glad the Tahoe went bye-bye, if you know what I mean. A lot of people are saying they're not able to join my memberships. I have no idea why it's not letting you guys do it. I have looked, and as soon as you go on my page and you press the join button, it should give you an option for what section you want. There's Cedar Cross and Sanctuary. You can choose what membership that you want to be on. I don't know, maybe somebody in the comments can help those who are struggling figuring out what to do for the memberships, because I don't know why it's not working. I'm so sorry. Okay, my next one is I had a lot of comments that I shouldn't have used tape to tape up my house before it left. Y'all were right. I was wrong. I should have never used that tape. I just didn't have any other tape, and I didn't want everything falling out of the cabinets. And my house is pretty cleared out right now because I moved all my stuff out of it, because I didn't really have much, and the things that I did have, I knew I was going to need while I was out of my house for a little bit. So the things that I left in the camper, my medicine and stuff that was in my pantry, I just taped it up. I should have never did that, because if y'all know how to get the little sticky residue off, let me know. I've seen some comments about mices with campers. I do not have that issue, thankfully. With my home being winterized and everything being chopped up really, really good. Chopped up. What am I saying? Put up really, really well. I have not had that problem. And if I was to have that problem, pest control, any poison would be set out, because I don't do mice. When does Addie come? Addie, and there is like a two-part of this question. Addie will be here in a few weeks. If my dad wasn't already going down to Florida in literally like 2 or 3 weeks, Adeline would have been here tomorrow. She gets out of school. Tomorrow's her last day. I would have already been in Florida driving down there, but since my dad's already going down to Florida, he offered to just pick her up for me, saves me a couple $100 in gas, and I said sure. Works out for me. And I will be taking her back for cheerleading camp in a couple weeks whenever she starts cheerleading camp, and I will be going down to Florida for about 2 weeks to hang out so I can still see her, see my friends, see my family down there. Super excited. So Addie will be here soon, and she does come up for holidays, and when I'm more established and we got this move done and everything, I am going to make it a priority to probably go down there once every 2 months to go and see her. I've seen a lot of comments. I've had to hide quite a few about my custody, saying that I lost custody of one of my kids. No, I have 50-50 of Adeline. Adeline's dad does not have full custody of her. We made the agreement because he was not going to let her come live up here full time. That just wasn't going to happen. And me and him kind of see eye to eye on a lot of things, and we have a goodish co-parenting relationship. And we made the decision. She goes to a very, very good private school in Florida. She's excelling. She has multiple awards, makes A's and B's. She does so well with that private school. She didn't want to leave that private school. She has a ton of family. I don't have that much family, so it's basically just my grandma. It's my grandma and my grandpa. And with that being who I have down there, she has a whole family between her stepmom and her dad. She didn't want to move away from them, so that's why she's there. It has nothing to do with me not having custody of my child. It's me listening to my child and me putting my feelings aside and my bitterness if I wanted to fight for full custody and have her move here. I'm not that type of parent. I'm not. I believe that if I'm capable of raising my child, her dad's capable of raising her. So he is more than capable of keeping her and her come visit me and do this and do that. He's a very good dad. So it's not that I lost custody. It's not that, oh, I have less custody than him. We have equal amount of custody. I just chose to put my feelings aside and do what my daughter wanted. She loves it up here. She truly does. But it would hurt her not to be around her family that she has down there like that. And she loves the school that she's in. And Arkansas schooling districts are not great. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Arkansas schooling districts, I have found, is not great. That's why Brinley's getting homeschooled. A lot of kids in Arkansas are homeschooled because of the schooling districts up here. So that is why Adeline comes and visits me. Has nothing to do with losing custody, for those who put it in their head that's what it is. It's not. I still see my daughter. I still help out. I FaceTime my kid every single night almost. So very active, very much a parent. So I've had a few comments. What is my plan for water, power, and sewage? Power banks until I get a full-on solar system set. I have water by water totes. It's not drinking water, it's regular water. And for sewage, I am eventually getting a septic tank, but I have what's it called? There's a thing that you can do to have your sewage put into some kind of container and it gets emptied out. It's like an above ground sewage system. That's what I will be getting. And that's actually gonna get placed extremely soon, like this week. So sewage is figured out. I have a company that's coming out and draining it just like any other place. I also have a portable sewage thing to do until I get that. And power is my power banks. Does my property flood? It does not. My dad actually is out there right now with it raining so much right now in Arkansas. My property is held up amazing. So glad. Another question is, have I ever seen flow hives? If flow hives are what you're talking about for the beehives, that it's a box and then you turn a little knob and it flows out the honey and it can make all different kinds. Yes, I want one so bad. I want to be a beekeeper. I do. I'm sorry. Those are like, bees are too much. Well, honey's too much. So why should I not make my own honey? The next question is, so I've gotten an email about this and I've also seen a few people ask about it, and that is my co-parenting. A lot of people are wanting me and Mark to sit down and do like how we co-parent, what it took to get us here. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, I'm not comfortable with it. Like I said, I think that everybody has their own path and they're just gonna have to figure it out. I know that a lot of young people struggle with co-parenting, but I'm just not comfortable putting my story out there because it was a long road. It was a long road to get here. And my best advice, without doing a little podcast for you guys, because I'm not comfortable with it. Mark's comfortable with it to an extent, but for me, we would still bump heads on how we see things, and I'm just not wanting to do that. And my best advice for co-parenting is, at the end of the day, my camera died, but that's okay, now we're on my phone. My best advice that I can give you with co-parenting is, the sooner that you stop focusing on what the other parent is doing, what the other parents got going on at their house, the happier you will be. Because at the end of the day, y'all should be on a team. Y'all are not against each other. Y'all are raising a baby, and you want that baby to learn healthy life skills, healthy coping mechanisms, how to deal with conflict the appropriate way. And if your kids are constantly watching the co-parent argue and get in, oh, my eyelash looks crazy. If your kid is constantly watching chaos between both parents, more than likely the kid's gonna feel like they're growing up in chaos, and we did not want that for our child. So that is what made us realize that no matter what, the kid comes first. So that's what I gotta say on co-parenting. Someone asked about root cellars. We are going to be doing a root cellar to put all of my pantry stuff in and anything that I can. A lot of comments are, where do I get my boots? I got my boots from a place in Lake City, Florida. They are now closed down, but they used to have a sale. You buy one pair of boots, you get 2 or 3 free or something like that. I spent $400 on my boots that y'all see in the videos. I've had those boots since Brindley was born. I've had those boots for like 6 years now, and I love them. I also have another pair of boots. They were about $500, but again, I got a bunch of boots with them, so I was able to provide boots for my whole family. I spent $500 on my white boots. Y'all never see those boots because they're not work boots, they're going out boots. They're so pretty, but it's called Boot Factory or Boot Barn or something like that in Lake City. Why do I wear dark clothes? That's because that's all I own. I'm working on my style, and I'm working on having new clothes. But a lot of my clothes that I've had throughout the years have just turned into work clothes, and that's why I wear such dark clothing. But I promise you I will be investing in some tank tops and some shorts for this summer because it is hot. Hot, hot, hot here. The next question is there a creek on my property? No, but there is some kind of water rain that comes through and creates like a tiny little creek, but there's not an actual creek. So if you guys want, y'all can comment questions that you'll have down at the end of this video, and I will address the questions. Did I say comments? I don't remember what I said, but I will address the questions that y'all have on the next week's video. But I had fun talking to you guys today, and I'm gonna get my butt out and start cleaning these little water totes so they can go. Bye, friends.